Good afternoon out there. Hello, everyone. How are you today? We're doing well on this very warm day. um, Today we are doing a dragon-themed story time.
Wait, before we get started, I made a house out of Legos. This is all made today. Just wanted to say
And it has a dragon on it, right?
that. Yes,
Yes.
it's green.
We have a special treat towards the end. A special book to share with you at the end. But we're gonna read all dragon books and do some dragon songs and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and stand up and get started, okay?
Hey, look, he's running.
Hands go up and hands go down. I can turn myself around. I can stand up on one shoe like Madeline or foot. I can listen, so can you. I can sit, I'll show you how. Story time is starting
She
now.
even has her own little seat. Made the seat yesterday.
We say hello like this. We say hello like this. We're all here for story time, so say hello like this. We say hello to Madeline. We say hello to Madeline. We're all here for story time, so say hello to Madeline. Hi, Madeline.
Hi.
We say hello to you. We say hello to you. We're all here for story time, so say hello to you. Hi. Okay, we are going to get right into our first story here.
Yay!
Called The Dragon Machine.
Oh. Goodbye.
It is written by Helen Ward. It's illustrated by Wayne Anderson. It is published by Dutton Children's Books. So we're going to start with The Dragon Machine here. George noticed his first real dragon on a rainy Thursday, and the more he looked, the more dragons he saw. Ignored and overlooked, the dragons went unnoticed, just like George. See the little dragon on his arm? Oh. Dragons perched in the telephone wires and lurked in the trash cans. They chased butterflies through the tulips. They teased the cat. They sank the water lilies in the pond. George fed them stale cookies and smelly cheese. The dragons followed George everywhere. George spent more and more of his time cleaning up muddy footprints and saying he was sorry for breaking things he had not broken. Nope, I missed this, and that's when the trouble began. George's dragons were becoming too troublesome to stay unnoticed for much longer. Something had to be done. George went in search of some advice. The dragons followed George to the library. He consulted the Encyclopedia of Dragons. There were dire warnings: never feed a dragon, never let a dragon into your home. Too late, thought George. There were also tragic tales of dragons discovered and captured. Then he found a map of the place where dragons belonged. It was a great wilderness, ignored and overlooked and safe, but George knew he would have to show them the way. Here be dragons. George drew plans for a machine. The machine had a beginning, a middle, and a tail end. It had lots of pipes and pulleys and beautiful strong wings. George hammered in the last nail. He packed cookies and smelly cheese and then climbed up into the cockpit. His dragon machine lumbered, engine ticking gently into the night sky, and the dragons followed. Pretty cool machine he made, huh? See him up there driving? The machine clicked and whirred over the sleeping town. It rattled and clunked over the moonlit fields and woods. The dragons followed. It clattered and banged and blundered into the great wilderness with a crash. The dragons followed. George was so tired from his journey that he fell asleep in the wreckage of his dragon machine. By morning, all the dragons were gone. There was an emptiness all around and inside George. And an emptiness at home where George should have been. His parents searched the town, they searched the fields. They ventured into the wilderness looking for George and found him among the broken pieces of his dragon machine. George and his dreams of dragons went home. Everyone was happy to see George, and George was happy to be back. He was no longer ignored or overlooked. His parents baked a huge cake to celebrate his return and even gave him a dog as a present. George was the only one who noticed there was something unusual about his dog. Notice something unusual? Yep. And George loved him all the more. Okay, so we're going to stand up. Okay. And we are going to use our exercise cards in a little bit of a different way. We are going to spell out dragon with our exercise alphabet cards. Okay, so what's the first letter in dragon, Madeline? D. D is for dance. Can you dance? Okay, what comes next?
A.
No.
R.
Yes. R is for run in place.
I got a D in spelling.
No.
No.
Run in place. Run in place.
Oh, run.
Ooh. Okay, now what comes next? D-R-A. Make circles with your ankles.
I got an A in spelling.
Where are your ankles? Down here? Oop, here. There we go. Make circles with your ankles. Do the other ankle too. Good. Okay. What comes next? D-R-A.
G.
G. G. Grab the stars. Grab the stars. Reach up. Grab them. Grab them. Can you grab them?
I have 14 million.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay. What comes after G? D-R-A-G. Madeline?
No.
Oh. Yep. Oh, and this one you need a pillow or anything to jump over. Jump over. O is for over. Jump over a pillow, but you can jump over anything.
Come here.
Okay. So I've got a pillow down here. Let's see.
Come here. Okay.
Jump over it. Jump over it. Madeline, can you jump over it?
Someone keeps peeing, please.
It's fine. Jump over. Wow, jump over. Good. And the word dragon has one more letter. What comes after O? N. N is for nod your head. Madeline, can you nod your head?
I'm nodding.
No. Nod your head. So, Madeline, how do we spell dragon?
D-R-A-N-G-O-N.
There you go. Good.
Oh, and if you haven't noticed, I've got these guys.
Okay, one more song to do before our next book, okay? Ooh. The wind is...
And I'll see we'll have this.
First, we're going to fly like dragons, okay? Fly. Fly, fly, dragon, fly, 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 dragon, fly, 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 dragon, fly, way up in the sky. Now we're going to do hop like dragons. Hop, hop, dragon, hop, 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 dragon, hop, 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 Dragon, hop, stop! Dragon, stop! Now we're gonna turn. Turn, turn, dragon, turn, 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 dragon, turn, 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 dragon, turn. Sit, dragon, sit. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, the next book is called Dragon Was Terrible. Dragon Was Terrible by Kelly DiPuccio. Pictures by Greg Pizzoli. Published by Farrar Straus Giroux. Okay. Dragon Was Terrible.
What do you think he's
Oh, let's see.
doing? Oh, I don't want to be terrible. I don't want to be a dragon.
Dragon was terrible. Naturally, dragons have a bit of terrible in them because they're dragons after all. But this dragon here, super terrible. He stomped on flowers, he played tricks on the guards, and he spit on cupcakes. Who does that? Dragon, that's who. That's not all. He scribbled in books, he threw sand, and he took candy from baby unicorns. Honestly, that's terrible. The king had had enough. Enough, he said. And he posted this sign: Brave knights, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift. It shall be a nice gift. Ye shall like it. His Royal Majesty the King. The dragon was here. Knights lined up to show off their dragon taming skills. They all failed miserably. And Dragon just grew more terrible. He chased fuzzy yellow ducklings around the moat. He TP'd the castle. And he burned every last royal marshmallow to a blackened crisp. Villagers had had enough. Enough, they said. And they posted this sign: Brave people, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift from the king. It shall be a nice gift, we hope. Ye shall like it, perhaps. His Royal Majesty the King. Dragon was here again. Ordinary blokes and lassies lined up to try their hand at taming the dragon. They all failed, embarrassingly so. And just when you thought it wasn't possible, Dragon grew even more terrible.
Well, that sure is terrible.
He popped birthday balloons. He drew funny faces on the drawbridge. And he burped in church, loudly. Honestly, that's terrible and rude. A boy wearing a feathered cap and a look of determination had had enough. Only he didn't say enough like you thought he would. Instead, he sketched a story. The next day, Dragon followed a trail of marshmallows to a shady tree where the boy was reading. The boy spied the dragon out of the corner of his eye and began to read aloud in a booming voice. And then the brave dragon swooped in to save the princess, he said. Dragon stopped in his tracks. But the terrible knight pulled out his wicked sword. Dragon pretended not to listen. The brave dragon roared, and the fraidy cat knight trembled in his boots. Dragon pretended to walk away. A crowd began to gather, and Dragon took cover in a tree. The boy continued reading, page after page after page, until... Snap! Crash! Dragon landed on the ground with a terrible thud. The crowd gasped. The dragon roared. The clever boy didn't flinch. He reached out a hand to the dragon and said, Would you like to hear how the story ends? And just when you thought it wasn't possible, Dragon smiled. And he took a seat beneath the tree with the other children. Honestly, that's adorable. The kids cheered, the villagers cheered, the baby unicorn and fuzzy ducklings cheered the loudest of all. At long last, the terrible dragon had been tamed. The end. Hey, wait! What about the reward? Oh, yes, that. The gift was a new friend, a nice dragon, of course. That's really the end. Okay. Okay. Can you be a dragon? Let's see. I'm gonna have my wings. I'm a little dragon, short and strong and stout. Here is my tail and here is my snout. If you get me upset, you better watch out. I'll give you something to shout about. That's a silly one. Okay. I'm a little dragon, strong and stout. Here is my tail and here is my snout. If you get me upset, you better watch out. I'll give you something to shout about. Okay, now we're gonna go on a dragon hunt. Okay?
Have you heard of the bear hunt?
This is very similar. Okay, but it's dragon hunt. Going on a dragon hunt. I'm not afraid. There's a tall mountain. You make a big mountain? Tall mountain. We can't go under it. We can't go around it. I guess we'll go over it. Let's climb over it. Climb over the mountain. Climb over the mountain. Oh, there's a river. Can't go over it. Can't go under it. Guess I'll swim across. Can you swim? Swim, 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 swim. There's some tall grass. Excuse me. Can't go over it. Can't go around it. I guess I'll go through it. Through that grass. Oh, look, Madeline, there's a castle. Can't go over it. Can't go under it. Guess I'll go in it. You want to go in it, Madeline? Let's go in. Let's look. Oh, it's dark and spooky in here. It's cold in here. I feel some scales. I feel some teeth. Oh, it's a dragon. Quick, let's go. Go through the grass. Swish, 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 swish. Swim across the river. Swim, 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 swim. Swim, swim, swim. Climb over the mountain. Climb over the mountain. Run home. Open the door. Close the door. Jump into your bed. Oh. I went on a dragon hunt and I was not afraid.
Yeah, you were.
Okay.
They ran into this dragon. The dragons are mostly green.
Okay. We're going to read Puff the Magic Dragon by Penny Yarrow and Lenny Lipton with paintings by Eric Corey Barrett. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Puff and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sail. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whene'er they came. Pirate ships would lower their flag when Puff roared out his name. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. A dragon lives forever, but not so. Little girls and boys, painted wings and giant's rings make way for other toys. One gray night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more, and Puff that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave. Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. The end. Okay, now is our special event. And I'm going to turn it over to Madeline. You want to tell them what that is?
The Dragon Girl.
And who wrote it?
Me.
And who illustrated it?
Me. Because it just says by Madeline Walsh.
I know.
Once upon a time, there was a dragon and a girl. The girl's name was Dragon Girl. So basically take away the end. Oh. The cave was right out of the city, where the boy lived in the city and didn't know the girl until one day. The dragon girl was in the park picking berries, and the boy was creeped out by her. He was there because he was walking around. She didn't notice him. He ran away and the dragon flew to get her. She got him some berries and then they went back to the cave. The dragon isn't as good as the cover. The next day she got some berries again and the boy was spying on her. He noticed wings on her back and scales. He thought, it's odd to have wings and scales. I use very light colors for it. So for the boy, so you can like. She walked home this time, but started to fly after a while. There are 14 pages in this book. We're halfway through. The next day, she went to pick up. The boy managed to talk to her. This time, he said hi. She did not respond. See the question mark? Question mark!
Mm-hmm.
She grabbed a handful of berries and ran away and flew away. The dragon. She was so scared. Dragon girl dropped a pack of berries. The dragon noticed the berries. Oh, I forgot to show you. Well, you can see them. The boy followed them to the cave where the dragon was guarding. The dragon didn't want anyone coming into their home, but he was asleep. The dragon girl was asleep too. It's a pretty good picture. But then thunder and lightning came and they had a secret staircase for bad weather. Then they all went down, including the boy. The next page is very The dragon and dragon girl went to sleep again. She had a picture in her hand. She had a picture of her and the dragon. It was her of a little girl, and she looked more human. She didn't even have wings. Just the dragon looks terrible in that picture. But it also looks pretty good. The girl and the dragon heard something outside and knew it was a tornado. They knew they'd have to stay there overnight, so they built a fire. That's like the best fire I've ever made because like it's 3D. 3D. The dragon's really good in this picture. The dragon said, "It's about time, who cursed you?" And it was me. I have a cure. The girl drank the cure, and her wings and scales disappeared. They all lived happily ever after. They're black right now because they're disappearing. Have an awesome adventure. Look out. Book number 2, The Jaguar Boy.
Thank you, Madeline. Thank you for sharing it with everybody. Good job. Okay, ready? Tickle the stars.
Tickle the stars! Don't tickle the stars without me.
Tickle the stars. Tickle your toes. Turn around and pretend to tickle your nose.
You can get this close.
Reach down low. Reach way up high. Story time is over, so wave goodbye. Okay. For our craft today, we are making a D dragon. Okay. So we have a D. This dragon starts with D. Is that the can't tell which is the right way to you.
Except he's a D.
Okay.
Poor dragon.
So we have cut out our D. We've cut out
purple one of these.
some triangles. These are going to be the scales on the back.
Purple one of this.
I need to go with the craft. Okay. We've cut out the scales. I cut blue. You can do whatever color you want. They're just triangles. We have one circle for an eye. And I have some tissue paper. That's going to be like the fire. And what I'm going to do with this, here I'm just going to cut a little bit into it. Okay. Make that shape.
Wait,
Okay.
that's a cow.
Yes.
Did you mean that? Not fire?
Okay. So we have our D. We are going to just have glue. We're going to glue our eye on. I'm going to glue that's what we have so far. Okay.
You can use any color for the eye, but just since
now we're going to use our triangles. And these are going to be on the dragon's back. Okay. I'll show you in just a minute.
It looks so cool. So cool.
Okay. So there's the front. There's our dragon's face, and we can color it in. We have markers. Here's the scale, and they're all on a D, so you can remember that dragon starts with D. Okay.
It doesn't look like an eye yet.
Okay, you want to make it look like an eye?
Okay.
Okay, you want to show them?
I'm not done. Okay, so basically the eye can be any single color. You can do white, you can do green, you can do yellow, you can do blue. We just did yellow since we don't have.
Oh, so is this the eyelid right here?
Yes.
Oh, okay, interesting. So that, yes, it does look cool now. There's our dragon's eye. Okay. There's our dragon D. Our D dragon.
So sad, he got turned into a D.
Okay. That is going to be it for us today. Hope you enjoyed our dragon story time. We'll be back with story times next week.
Bye, guys.
Okay. If you see this today is Thursday, I will be at the library from 5 to 7 out in the front lawn.
Oh,
And on Saturday, I will be working out of the kids' room through the window from 11 to 2, and I'll start being at the library more. Okay?
I'm on summer vacation, basically.
Okay. Have a great day. Bye.